Hi, I'm Chris Luck, founder of Alphapreneur.com, the social network for entrepreneurs, and today you are going to discover how Dropbox was able to grow by 3,900%, and that was actually within a 15-month time span using referral marketing. So if this is the first time you've seen one of these videos from Alphapreneur, I actually show up here every day of the week on YouTube live at 10 a.m. Central, and I'm always either sharing a strategy that can help you start a business or ultimately help you grow a business. And so that's why I'm here. And then there's a live chat going on right now. If you're not here live, then you can see the live chat's disabled. So it's really important to show up here live so that way you can interact with the community. There's a ton of people that are here live. And just to do a big shout out for those that are live, we have Michelle that is from Belgium. She says it's 27 degrees and hot. I assume that's 27 degrees Celsius because 27 degrees Fahrenheit would be freezing. We've got Kevin from sunny Sacramento, California. We have Magnus from Sweden and sunny. We have Carlton from McAllen, Texas. It's hot and sunny. I'm jealous. It's sunny and hot where all of you are from. We have Daily Startup Fix, which is from England, very sunny. Orlando is hot. Cat is Oregon. It's sunny. Finally, man, I am every one of you. Even Jamie from Maine. We have the 60s and sunny in Maine. 72 and cloudy. Liz says from Dallas. We have David, which is sunny, Bloomingdale, Illinois. Desi, cloudy, Oklahoma, 70. That's kind of more where I'm at. Except I'm in southern Illinois, and it's 59 degrees and cloudy where I'm at. Lauren, Columbus, Georgia, another great day in the south. Kent, UK, sunny. We have Alexandra from Delaware, and it is 14 degrees Celsius. We have Ronald from Barbados. It's a little rainy today. Mike Hill from Palm Harbor, Florida, 81 and breezy. So again, coming in from all over the world. We have Helena that's in Dubai, very hot, as I can imagine. We have, quote, sunny with a breeze in Stamford, Connecticut. So man, from all over the world. We have Tokyo. Thomas, it says it's a little rainy in Tokyo right now. Blanche is in New Zealand, and it's freezing. So thank you so much for being here. We have another one from Dubai, Dave, which is also from Dubai. We have Arlo from the Philippines. It's 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Dan, always sunny in San Diego. So yeah, from all over the world. So thank you so much for being here live. And again, if you're not here live, I hope you do show up to one of these live streams because we have a lot of fun. I keep an eye on the chat as I go through today's training and what I'm going to be sharing with you. And it's always fun to interact with all of you that are here. So to get started, let's just go through today's agenda and get right to it. So we're going to talk about who today's talk is for. You'll discover the reason why today's talk is so important. You're going to discover the marketing strategy behind how Dropbox was able to get a 3,900% growth within 15 months. You're going to see the exact pages that they made to pull it off. You're going to see what software that you can use to clone their success. We're going to talk about how to get free traffic to jumpstart your campaign. And then we're going to get into live Q&A, which is, again, why it's important to be here live. So that way, if you have questions, I will give you answers. And also everybody else that's in the live chat usually answers each other's questions as well. So it's a really, really incredible community here. Now, who today's talk is for? Today's talk is going to be for you if you have a business already and you want to just rapidly grow it. Like maybe it's just not really growing as fast as you want, or maybe it's not growing at all, or maybe you just started a business and you have 0 customers and you really want to rapidly grow your business. That is who today's talk is for. And also Dropbox is who we are showcasing today for the case study. And Dropbox is actually the most famous case study of referral marketing in history. Dropbox really kind of set the bar for referral marketing with what they were able to accomplish. So let's talk about the reason why today's talk is so important. And the reason why today's talk is so important are these numbers right here. Or you don't actually see the numbers, you're seeing the growth chart, but what you want to pay attention to is on the where you see like the teal. That is the Dropbox registered user growth by numbers in using their referral program. Now, I've got the numbers in front of me, which I should have put up on these slides, so my mistake, but I'll read them to you. In September of 2008, they had 100,000 registered users. That was the end of their first year. Then December of 2010, they went from 100,000 to 4 million registered users. September of 2017, which that was a pretty large time span, they went from 4 million to 33.9 million registered users. Then they got to a $10 billion valuation, and they were at $1 billion in revenue. Now, Dropbox doubled its users base every 3 months, resulting in its users inviting 2.8 million members to come join Dropbox in April of 2010, which was a 3,900% growth in just their first 15 months, which is absolutely insane. So we're going to actually dive into their marketing strategy. So I, as the founder of Alphapreneur, love to go out there, and I've been building businesses online for 21 years myself, and I've been in and out of just about every type of business model and market you could imagine. And right now, my main business and only business that I'm focusing on is alphapreneur.com, which is the social network for entrepreneurs. And what I like to do and what I obsess over is going out and finding people that have just done incredible things to start a business and grow a business, and then break down their numbers and break down their strategy so I can put together and really give you a Cliff's Notes and a condensed version of what someone was able to accomplish, so you can take that and go apply it to yourself and your business. And then what Alphapreneur is, with it being a social network for entrepreneurs, is that once today's talk is done and the strategy is now, from my brain into your brain, then if you want to continue on and grow and be surrounded by other entrepreneurs and myself to help you along the way in your journey in applying this strategy, that's what we do inside of Alphapreneur, which you can join anytime by going to alphapreneur.com. So with the marketing strategy, I've listened to hours and hours and hours of interviews and watched videos of Dropbox and the founder, how they were able to grow what they've been able to grow to. And then I've condensed everything down into one slide for you. And that is this slide right here. So this was a lot of work to get this together, but I hope you appreciate it. And go ahead and just write down anything off of the slide that you find interesting. And then Liz says, I can never get my Dropbox to work. That's pretty funny. Jamie says, unreal stats. Yeah, it is totally unreal. And then mind-blowing, Michelle says, so yes, absolutely. So yeah, let's go ahead and just take a look at their marketing strategy. So first off, when they got started, they hired the best search engine marketing agency in the country. In the United States. They hired the best that was out there. They were from New York, and they paid them top dollar. They went all in because the search engine marketing agency recommended they go into pay-per-click, and they run like Google ads. And so they did that, and they went all in, and their CPA, which is their cost per acquisition to acquire one customer, was $233 to $388 to run ads on Google and to get a customer. Now their product at the time was $99. So that was a total fail. And they just burned tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars. So then they started doing a lot of marketing experiments. So for those of you that have watched other live streams of mine, you know that I'm addicted to doing marketing experiments and trying out things that have worked for other people and trying them out in my business. And you should do the same with yours. So Dropbox, they did the same thing. They tried every marketing experiment that they could come up with, the different agencies recommended to them. And then everything they deployed was failing. Nothing was working for them because they couldn't be profitable. So then their economics were just totally broken from everything that they've done. However, they still reached 1 million users in their first 7 months. And when they looked at the stats, that was all from users sharing and telling others, because they had a very basic, just put together like hack together program to where it's like, hey, refer a friend. There was no incentive, but they had the ability for you to refer other people, and they reached 1 million users with that feature. And that wasn't even a metric that they were really tracking, but they got 1 million users in their first 7 months, and then they had their epiphany to why don't they just double down on that and then give their users a way and an incentive to actually share. So instead of just saying, hey, share this with a friend or refer a friend, sharing is caring, they actually gave them an incentive. And then when they did that, in 2008, they went from 100,000 users to 2010 to 4 million users, and that was all tracked, and they could see that growth was all from word of mouth. So they doubled down on referral marketing moving forward, and then in 2017, again, they were just focusing on referral marketing. When they got to 2017, 33.9 million users. Again, that was a $10 billion valuation, which is a $1 billion in revenue, which is where they were at. So that, again, this was hours of me going through interviews and writing notes and everything down to put the slide together for you, because I really wanted to make it simple to where the entire marketing strategy is just broken down for you step by step. So that is the strategy. So now let's talk about, I want to take a deeper dive and actually show you the exact pages that they used to be able to pull all of this off, because it's one thing to actually just see stats and see numbers and be like, oh yeah, that's great. But it's another thing to actually see the pages that was able to make that possible. And then I'm going to get into the software where you can clone their success and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to get into the first page. So what they did was, when you logged into Dropbox early on, they had an area where you could get more space, so you could upgrade your account. So when you went to the area in their interface to upgrade your account or get more space, they offered storage space in the cloud, and the incentive was to share with your friends about Dropbox, and then they would reward you with more free space. So the users had a very clear view of the benefits and the rewards that they were going to get, which is really powerful because they weren't giving you like Amazon gift cards or anything like that is totally unrelated to their product. They were, once you signed up to their product, you liked their product, and then you could buy more space. But if you referred friends, you could just get more free space. So it was really, really incredible. And then the invitation process that they had was really easy. It said get up to 32 gigs of free space by inviting your friends to Dropbox. And then it said every friend who joins and installs Dropbox on their computer will give you 1 gig and your friend 500 megs of bonus space with a limit up to a limit of 32. Excuse me. And if you need some more space, you can upgrade your account. So then they made it real easy. You could put in a name or an email address and hit send, and it would just send off like more. It would just send off the message to your friend through email. But then below that, it said, here's some more ways to invite your friends. So for them, their top 3 ways was to invite Gmail contacts. You could copy a link, or you could share it on Facebook. And again, remember at the time, there was, other social networks like Twitter and all that weren't really catching, like they weren't on fire at the moment. So they, otherwise I would imagine they would probably have the ability to, tweet or share on Twitter, but they didn't. So that is the invitation process. Super simple, super minimal. And it's really important to really soak this in on what you're seeing right now, because there's so many entrepreneurs out there that they try to build a referral program, and they're all worried about the graphics and the images and to make like talking head videos, and the lighting needs to be perfect and all this stuff. And that's not the case. I mean, the simpler, the better, because the fewer the amount of elements you have on a page, the better chance you have of getting someone to be on board with you, because that's a fewer amount of things that they can judge you by. All right. So then also another thing is that users always knew their referral status. So you could invite a friend, but then you could also see like where you're at kind of in the status of referring. So when someone joined, you could see that, okay, you just got another 500 megs, or you just got another 500 megs. So you just keep earning, and then, which is really great, because then people could keep track of what it is that you're able to accomplish. Now, as far as being able to pull this off, and so that is Dropbox. That's how they got they grew by 3,900% in their first 15 months by using incentivized referral marketing. Now, the software you can use to clone their success, there is a lot of different software out there you can use for referral marketing. I used to have it narrowed down as of yesterday to the top 2. And I've tried all of them that are out there for all of my different businesses that I've had over the years. And I had it narrowed down to the top 2, but as of yesterday, I was doing a side-by-side comparison with the top 2, and there was one like that just was failing. Like they updated their interface, and I thought it was nice, but then once I actually went through to build a campaign, it was not nice at all. It was there's a lot that they still need to do. So I'm not even going to mention that service. So the king right now for referral marketing, if you want to be able to clone success of someone like Dropbox, is to use a platform that I recommend called Kickoff Labs. So Kickoff Labs is, you can just find by going to kickofflabs.com. I mean, yeah, I could give you an affiliate link or something like that, but I'm not. I'm just going to say go to Kickoff Labs if you want to check it out. So I just want you to know I'm not incentivized to actually tell you about Kickoff Labs. I do know the founder, but I didn't even tell the founder I was doing this live stream, and this live stream is not sponsored. There's no paid endorsements or anything like that. This is the platform I use for all of my referral marketing. I have for years, and it's incredible. So you can try it out for free, which is really cool, because the pricing is actually really affordable to get into the pricing plans. But I just recommend trying it out for free to see if it's for you before you actually sign up for a paid plan. So with Kickoff Labs, you can do a lot of different viral contests. You can do a lot of different types of referral programs. So I just want to get in and like build a clone of if you to take what Dropbox has perfected and has really put them, they're marked down in history to be, the most famous referral marketing campaign there ever was. Let's just go ahead and take elements from what worked for them. And then I want to show you how easy it is to be able to do this for yourself. So think about the type of business that you're in and think about the type of customer you want to attract. And then think about what type of referral campaign can you put together to get them to want to give you their email address and then also to refer friends. What would be the incentive to get them to refer friends? Like what could you give them that's going to be in relation to your business? You need to make, that's a key, is you want to make sure that whatever you do give them to incentivize them is related to your business. If you make it unrelated, like a $100 gift card to Amazon or something like that, you're going to get a lot of the wrong type of people that are going to be referring the wrong type of people. And yeah, you could have massive user growth, but it's not going to be people that are really interested in your product. So for the campaign, we're just going to go ahead and call this campaign Dropbox. And then we're going to hit next. And then as far as how do you want to grow your business, this is really important. So there is a lot of different types of campaigns that you can do. You can do unlock rewards. You can do a pre-launch waitlist, which is what we talked about on yesterday's live stream. So if you haven't seen all of yesterday's live stream, I recommend going back and watch that. You can see it on the YouTube channel, and also you can see it at alphapreneur.com. You can do e-commerce rewards if you're into e-commerce. You can see bonus entry sweepstakes. You can do a leaderboard. You can do email opt-in bribes. You can do no contest. You can just collect leads. So you could use it as like just lead gen. But what we want to do is do unlock rewards, because that's what Dropbox did. Dropbox said, you refer friends, we will give you more space. So think about for you, and this works also really well if you're doing digital products. So let's say you have a membership site that you're doing, or you have that's your business is a membership site, or maybe your business is a course or an academy or something like that. Then let's say if your membership site was, or your digital product was on parenting, for example, then you could actually have your rewards be these bundles of more parenting products that they can only get if they refer friends to come join you. So for unlock rewards, we're going to go ahead and select that for the template. And then it's going to ask you, how do you want the new leads to sign up? Do you want to do it on a landing page? Do you want it to be on pop-ups on your website? Or do you want to use existing forms? I like to use new landing page because then everything is hosted with Kickoff Labs and you keep everything just neatly organized in Kickoff Labs, and you don't have all of these like other pages you have to create on your website. You don't have to have code. You don't have to figure all that kind of stuff out. You just create a new landing page on Kickoff Labs. So once you do that, they're going to give you, and this is new how they're doing this, which is beautiful, is that they give you pairs. So they show you, like if you remember with Dropbox, there was just 2 pages. It was like, here's how you can get more space, and then you go ahead and go to the next page, and it's like, okay, here's your links to share. So there's only 2 pages in this type of referral marketing campaign. So the first page is collect an email address. Second page is going to be where they can see what they can get. So I recommend really just going with something that kind of has a look and feel that is related to what it is that you do. So if you're doing like, maybe a physical product or something like a razor, then you could use this template called Sally's that actually is modeled after Harry's, which I also did a case study on in a previous live stream as well that you can see on the Alphapreneur YouTube channel, but also on alphapreneur.com. Then if you're doing something that is more, maybe more techie or more of like an app or an interface or software or something like that, then you can maybe use this one that just looks really nice. Then you come down, maybe if you're doing something that is more like a local business for a restaurant, you could do this thing that looks like it's, it has just a really big, nice visual image for the background image. So it's really cool that Kickoff Labs gives you this ability to really pick something that has a look and feel that you can at least start with. And what's cool is you can customize all of this. So let's go ahead and find just one that is kind of, oh, and by the way, if you go down, you can see they have a ton of different sign-up pages that you can choose from. So even though that they give you pairs that you can go with, they have a bunch of others that you can also start with as well. But the pairs are usually the most popular. And also just kind of to give you a little insider tip is that I found out too that the popular pairs are actually organized by the ones that convert the most to the ones that convert the least. So if you really don't care like about, look and feel and all that, you just want to go with something that converts really well, then you could actually just start with the one at the very top or the top, left or right, and then those are going to be like the 2 most highest converting pairs there. So we did Sally's a couple live streams ago, so let's go ahead and keep it new and fresh. So I'll just choose this one right here. It says, do you want free traffic? So we're going to click on that, and then it's going to, this is new with Kickoff Lab. So I have not even done this one, where you can choose referrals, purchases, following, and more. So you can actually give people the ability to earn points and unlock rewards by not just getting referrals to get people to refer their friends to give you their email address, but you can also say, if you follow us on Twitter, you can get a point. If you follow our Facebook page and like our Facebook page, you can get a point. So I have not done that campaign yet, so I'm not even gonna click on that one, because then maybe I will at the end when we get to live Q&A if we all want to see that. But for now, we're just gonna do referrals, because that's what Dropbox did. Do not overcomplicate. When you're trying to see somebody, or when you're trying to model what has already been working out there, don't try to be like, oh, well, Dropbox just collected email addresses and got people to sign up. I'm gonna like do more. I'm gonna do email addresses and follow me and like this and watch this YouTube video, and they can earn all these points. Don't do that. Start with what has already worked, get it working for you, and then experiment adding 1, 2, 3, or 4, new items to the list. But don't try to go overboard out of the gate and get too far away from what's already worked. Otherwise, if it doesn't work for you, you don't know what you did wrong. So just start with referrals, and then you can always add more features later. So we're going to click on create campaign for referrals, and now it's going to take you to a nice dashboard where you can just see, you can customize your sign up form, or you can customize your thank you page, and then there's other things that you can do as well. So we're just going to start with the sign up form. So what you would do is just hit edit. Ann says, this is so amazing. Thank you so much, Ann. Michelle says, keep it simple. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. By the way, these are all individuals that are in the actual live chat on the live stream. I know, again, if you're not here live right now, you don't see the live chat, but the live chat is just on fire. Larry says, perfect. Alexandra says, I'm loving these refer a friend campaigns. So much fun. Yes, and I will actually say, out of all the things that you can do with marketing online, refer a friend campaigns are going to be the best possible way you could grow your business, because word of mouth marketing is the best marketing. And Dropbox, was that's the best example, because they've spent, countless amounts of money hiring the best search engine marketing firms in the beginning, and nothing was working for them. They were always negative in their ad spend, or they were spending more than they were making. And then when they discovered referral marketing, it was game over. So why not start your business with referral marketing on the backbone of that premise? And then there's a ton of other companies that have done that as well. So yeah, the live chat is on fire right now. So thank you so much for everyone that is being active. I'm soaking up with 2 big ears right now. Thank you so much. Great idea to record Chris's pre-show. Yeah, if you're watching the replay of this, I actually do like a 20-minute pre-show that I trim out. So if you're here live 20 minutes early, you see all kinds of cool stuff that I do that is not planned out. So I'm not even going to tell you what it is. And there's things that people see that you can only see if you show up live early. So that's funny that Steve says, great idea to pre-record it, because then you get to see all the cool stuff that is not intended for the actual live stream. Okay, cool. So Liz says, absolute right. Word of mouth rocks. Awesome. So this is again, where it's in Kickoff Labs, and we created a campaign, and we need to customize a landing page. So it's real simple. Like if you want to, for instance, go with this look, let's say right here, this image right now, this computer and this little, plant right here. This is not obviously the image you want to use for your business. Well, then you can just simply click on it, and then you can swap out the image. You can click, there's this replace image button, and then you can just find a new image. And then there's images. You can see there's a ton of images I've done for Alphapreneur already. And then a bunch of images for other things too. So you can change out an image really easily. You don't have to use the images that they have, which, by the way, this is, let me just kind of go way off base for a second, this is what I love to do on live streams. And I know people that are here live like to see this. So if you want to, let's say, design an image like this, where you have a membership site, and then you have like a guide you want to give them, or whatever, you like this look where you kind of put your business on a computer or on a book like this. A lot of entrepreneurs don't know how to make images like this. So let me show you actually where you can go to get images like that, which is really cool. There is a place you can go to called graphicriver.net. So graphicriver.net is where you can go, and you can type in, for instance, we could type in I like to type in responsive mockup. Then this took me forever to figure this kind of stuff out. So what I'm sharing with you is just getting to the point. Like if you want to have really cool mock-up images of your website or your membership site or your course like mocked up on a computer, so you would type in like responsive mockup, and then you can come down and see all of these like designs that people have done. Now you need like Photoshop to be able to do this kind of stuff, but you can see these mockups. Like this mockup right here has all these, see how it has like a colorful background with all these different screens and displays? Well, you would download this and it's a PSD file, a Photoshop file. Then you would upload it or open it in Photoshop, and then you go in and you can change out the images for the background, and then it will automatically put those images on these computers, which is really cool because you can really make like a beautiful presentation for right here. For instance, if you have a membership site or a website that you're going to give people access to after they put in their email address, then for this right here, you download this, and then it's even on a transparent background, which is kind of cool because then you can do all kinds of stuff with this. And then you can make it show people that your website or your membership site or your business works great on desktop, on laptop, on tablet, on iPhones. So that's kind of a fun hack to be able to come up with cool designs that look like this. And as far as this type of mock-up, if you like how it doesn't look realistic, it looks kind of more, cartoony, then you can actually type in flat. I think what you have to type in is flat responsive mockup. And yeah, so if you don't want like the professional, like it looks like a photorealistic thing, you want to be more flat and cartoonish, you can do that. And then again, you just pick the one that you like the style of, and then like $8 you can get this. And then how it has all these colors on the screens, you go into the Photoshop file and you can swap these out to put your actual website on all these, and it looks really cool. Jamie says this is a gem. This is why I love these live streams. I mean, I've been doing this stuff for 21 years, building businesses online for 21 years, and I have like, I don't know, thousands of little tips and tricks and gems like this that are just in my mind that I've never really shared with anybody before. And these live streams, it's almost like it's almost like my hidden agenda with these live streams is it feels so good to just like release all these things and knowledge that I've accumulated over the years with you. And then for some of you, this stuff might be cool. For some of you, you're like, Chris, this is way off base of what you're talking about. But if you don't like it, then these live streams aren't for you. So that's how you do images like that. And then Michelle says, can I rent your brain for a month? You get my brain every day of the week, Monday through Friday, because when we get to live Q&A at the end of this live stream, for those of you that are here live, you can ask me any question you want, and then I will answer as many questions as I can. I mean, I'm not like a magic genie, and I don't know the answer to every question, but I will do my best to answer as many questions as I can. Terry says, that's an amazing tip. Good, I'm glad you like it. So that's a way kind of out of right field, but that's how you do images like that. And then you come down, and then if there's things you don't like here, like let's say you weren't featured on the Wall Street Journal or US Today or anything like that, you can actually just remove this whole section completely. So you could just move your mouse. You can see the sections, or if you don't want that image, you just hit delete, and you can remove that completely. And then if you don't want these lines here, you just move your mouse over this whole section, you can delete that whole section. So you can make this as complicated or as simple as you want. Let's say you don't want those three things there, you can delete all those. You don't want that there, delete that. Let's say you don't want the footer either. Because I'm a man of minimalism. I love to keep things really simple. You can delete that. So now really all it is maybe you don't even want your logo there at the top. You don't want a logo there, so you remove that. So we're going to delete that section. Oh, I deleted the whole thing. That's not good. Whenever you don't want to accidentally delete the whole thing. So you can click and bring it back. So I brought it back. So here, this section, this right here, delete that block. So then you can really have it to where your landing page is like, do you want this? Well, then we can give you this. Put in your email address and then get more traffic. And then you can have just an image that is a cool little mock-up that just looks really super fancy. So that is beautiful, right? For a landing page. And then so then once you're done with that, you just hit save. And then once you hit save, it's saving right now. So I'm going to exit out of that. And then I can go back, and then now we would customize the thank you page. Now this is the really important part. I mean, yeah, it's important to be able to collect email addresses and have a nice landing page to do that for your referral program, but the thank you page is where this is where you have to do your job to really inspire people to share what it is that you want them to share. So you can see this is already, since we chose a template, a lot of the text here is perfect already. So help your friends get traffic. So whatever, if you have a parenting website, you can be like, help your friends become better parents, or whatever the solution is to a problem that you want someone to help a friend out with. You could put that in there, invite friends, earn more traffic, or earn the traffic book for free. So then you've got it where you can, they have a link that they can share. Then there's these share buttons. So if you remember back on Dropbox, let's jump over to Dropbox. They had, you can invite Gmail contacts, you can copy a link, or you can share on Facebook. So if we want that, we can just do edit and then just say, instead of share on Facebook, maybe we just want that to say share. So we can just hit edit and then take out share on Facebook and just say share. And then for Twitter, maybe we want to say, we want to leave Twitter in there, but we want to say tweet. And then for email, instead of an icon, we can hit edit and then just say email. So then we have three options. So share, tweet, or email, which I think that looks a lot better than just having icons. And let's say these icons are too small. You want to make these bigger. Well, you can do that. You can just say, make these large, and then they're bigger. Maybe you want to be even bigger. You can say extra large and they're huge. Maybe you don't like the button style to be rounded. You want them to be square. You can make them square. If maybe you want them to be pill shaped, you can make them look like pills, which actually that looks really, really nice. So you can, it's really, really easy to be able to do this kind of stuff. And then if you come down, you can actually see how many points they've earned. So this is all set up in Kickoff Labs. Like, you don't have to worry about the tech behind this. Like how are points tracked? How are, all of that's already all done inside of Kickoff Labs. So you're basically just designing the way the page is going to look for them. So when they put in their email, they will have 0 points to start. So it'll say 0 points or earned. Keep sharing. So then below that, this is where you can actually customize the rewards. Here, I just realized I don't have this whole, there we go. There we go. So at the bottom where it says 0, 5, and 12, so this is where you would edit what they can get to share. So I just hit edit on that block, and then let's say number, referral, or reward levels. Maybe you want 5. You can do 5, and now it's going to put in like this really cool timeline that's going to give you like, okay, it's 0, which is, just put in your email address, and then maybe you had it on the page where they put in their email address, put in your email, and then you get a free traffic book or something like that, or a free parenting guide, to get your kids to not want to play Minecraft on the iPad all day, which are like, I have 2 little daughters that are 7 and 9 right now, and that's all they want to do is play Minecraft on the iPad. It's like, no, there's so much more to life than that. So maybe you want to have a guide for that. Well, then when they put in their email for 0, then they get that. And then you can have that. What's good about it with things being digital is that you can set emails up inside of Kickoff Labs where an email goes out immediately that gives them a download link that can just be the download link to the PDF that they got by putting in their email address. Then you can have it to where it'd be like, okay, well now you want to have 5 reward levels. So then you can say reward level 0, get the traffic course for free, check your email, because that is automatically sent out to them for free when they put in their email. But then you can say reward level when they get to 5 points earned, which are 5 friends referred, which you could even be really specific. Instead of saying points earned, you could say 5 friends referred. And then I'm going to delete earned. So then now it says 5 friends referred, keep sharing. So then when they see 5, then you could change that and say on the reward level, and then you could say get the, get the XYZ prize for free. Because it's whatever it is that you want to create to give them. So for Dropbox, it was more storage space. Well, for you, if you're doing something that's digital, that could be an ebook or a guide or a downloadable, you just need to make sure, what I like to do is make sure that the prizes they're going to get is always problem solution based. So think of a problem that if your membership site was about parenting, then think about like what kind of problems do they have that you could really offer solutions for, and then say, get this prize for free. So then you update that, and then you can see it's immediately updated in the timeline. And then I'll go into the emails in a second so you can see how that looks, to where all of this is automated. So you literally could just spend like an hour and a half max to build all this out with the templates, and then you have the pages. So I'm just going to save this because you kind of know now how this works. So I'm going to close out of that, and then you have a sign up page and you have a thank you page. Now you don't have to put these on your domain name. You don't need a domain name. You don't need hosting. You don't need a server, which is beautiful about Kickoff Labs, because if you have an idea for a new business or a new business model, or if you're an entrepreneur like I am that have every day it seems like you have a new idea for something, then you can actually, with a Kickoff Labs account, you can create all of these referral campaigns, and then the pages are hosted on Kickoff Labs. So I could just say preview page, and then this would be the landing page that we just designed. And then I actually didn't save it, so because remember I removed all the stuff down at the bottom, but I messed up and accidentally deleted the whole thing. But this would be your page. So then you would have that page, and then you would just go share it on social media, run some ads to it if you want, and see if you can get people interested before you even create a product. And then not only are you going to get people interested before you create the actual product, because you could just say create a landing page like this, and then instead of get more traffic, you say get early access. And then you're building a waiting list before you even launch what it is that you want to create. And then for the all the referral milestones can be all these things that you can just give to them for free as you're building a waiting list. So you're basically having people on the waiting list refer their friends to get on the waiting list, and you can build this massive groundswell of people that are just anxiously waiting for you to launch or open the doors to your membership site. So it's really, really cool how you can use a referral program for that. So as far as emails go, what you can do is, because I know there's always questions about, how is this, do I need an email software? Do I need an email platform or anything like that? Jamie says, oh my God, this is brilliant. Thank you. Thank you for all the, the comments that are coming through the chat, because I can see them all as I'm going through this. And I really appreciate it, because sometimes when I'm doing these live streams, like the other day I had someone say, oh, I really like how you did a pre-recorded training and then you showed up live for the Q&A. It's like, there is nothing pre-recorded about these live streams. What you're seeing right now is like me right now just talking. I did not plan this ahead of time. I did not pre-record it. I'm looking at the chat and I'm teaching, reading the chat, and then I will go off in different directions based off of people that are live that are asking questions in the chat. So that was kind of funny when he thought this was all pre-recorded. So for emails and SMS, so what you can do here is you can hit edit on emails and SMS, and then you can change all your email, all your email stuff, reward level emails. So you could click on reward level emails, and then this is where you would add your reward level email. So you could hit add, and then you can change all kinds of, like the postal address. You can change who it's coming from. You can have your email template, what that's going to look like, and then once you save all this data, all this information, then it'll take you to okay, for the first reward level email, for number 5, for when they hit 5 referrals, what email do you want to send? So that's how all the email is all handled, is just within the email settings, which is really cool. So that is Kickoff Labs. I mean, really, in a nutshell, I could spend a whole training session on Kickoff Labs, or a whole live stream on Kickoff Labs. But what I wanted to do with this was actually just show you what software that you could use to actually clone the success of Dropbox and keep it really simple. And then next was really how to get free traffic to jumpstart your campaign. And if you want to get free traffic and jumpstart your campaign, the best way to do that is word of mouth. If you're going to have a referral marketing campaign, you might as well get it started by word of mouth and keep referring people to your actual campaign itself. And the best way to do that is just start with your friends, start with family, start with coworkers, post on any social platforms that you're on. If you're on Facebook, if you're on Twitter, if you're on LinkedIn, start by creating your landing page and then getting the link and then going and sharing on Facebook, be like, hey friends, or if you're just doing a Facebook post, you would say something like, or hey friends, or hey everybody, I'm finally doing this thing or building this business that I've been dreaming about. Would love to know what you all think, and then drop the link. You don't tell people hey, I just started this business. Go sign up and put in your email address and get on the waiting list. Don't do that. The way I like to get traffic initially to anything is I always ask people, I give people a link and I say, I'm really excited about this thing that I just created, and I would love to know what you think. And then you drop the link, and then they'll go check it out. If they see it, and if they're interested, they will sign up, which is kind of just a cool little benefit, but they will tell you what they think, which is either going to be good or it's going to be bad. But every great product usually has a focus group at some point. So why not have a focus group from the very beginning and then just get people to naturally tell you what they think. And if they like it, they'll put in their email. And if they really like what you got going on, then they'll share it with their friends because they're your friend and they want to help you out. So it's a really great way, to get things started. So that is how to really get free traffic. Oh, and there's two, and I shared these. I shared some, actually, you know what? Let's jump back over to my browser. So I shared two really cool software tools in the last couple of live streams and people really liked it. So I'm going to share them here as well. In case you didn't see my previous live streams, you will see this now. So one tool is hunter.io. So let's say you have this, you're launching a parenting membership site and you want to get in touch with people that maybe are, have a blog that's a parenting blog, or maybe you want to get in touch with a magazine, like a parenting magazine, which I don't even know if there is. Let's take a look real quick. Let's go to Google. Parenting magazine. And then there is, I'm trying to see, actually, you know what? Let's just type in parenting and see if not even if there's a magazine. Let's see if there's some like really big blogs out there about parenting. So there's one just called parents.com. Okay, so parents.com. And I've got this tool to see if it's getting some traffic, and it's actually getting quite a bit of traffic. So let's say you have this parenting membership site and you haven't started it yet, or you have a parenting blog you're about to start, or a parenting something you're about to start. Well, then let's say you want to be featured on parents.com. Well, you can actually go to similarweb.com just to make sure that this would be a site to actually really like target and laser in on. So you could do parents.com, and then you can take a look on SimilarWeb and see they're getting about 7.5 million visitors a month, which is crazy. That's a lot. That's a really good site. So for this, let's say you would love to have parents.com feature or talk about your new parenting membership site you're about to launch, and then you want them to go to your referral program that you built in Kickoff Labs and then maybe see it, check it out, poke around, and then talk about it on parents.com. So what you could do is come to hunter.io once you've identified a blog or a website. So we're going to do parents.com, and then it looks like there's 19 email addresses for people that work at parents.com. Some of these might be the CEO. Some of these might be editors. Some of these might be the webmaster. Some of these might be the media buyer or person that's going out and finding new content to put on parents.com. Regardless, there's 19 email addresses that are attached to parents.com. So once you sign up for hunter.io, and by the way, these aren't sponsored placements or anything like that. This is just tools that I use. You can actually download the, Sue Docross says, thank you. Thanks so much, Chris. You're welcome. So for parents.com, you could actually download all the emails from using hunter.io. Then there's another tool you can use called Mailshake. And Mailshake is this really crazy tool that you can actually connect to your Gmail account. If you don't have a Gmail account for your business, or you don't have a Gmail account, period, first off, just create a Gmail account. It's free. And with a free personal Gmail account, you can send out up to 2,000 emails a day without being caused as like spam. It won't raise red flags or anything like that. So knowing that parents.com, you just got 19 email addresses from people that work at parents.com, then you can load them into Mailshake, connect your Gmail account, and then you can queue up and write emails in Mailshake.com and set up set up automation campaigns where right now, send out this email and type out an email that's like super simple. Like the first email, I like to keep just a couple sentences. Be like, hi, my name is Sue, and I'm the owner of parentingparadise.com. And your email address came across my desk, and I'm fascinated with what you guys have going on at parents.com. I would love to get your feedback on what you think of Parenting Paradise, and then drop their link, and then just say, sincerely Sue, something like that. And then so you're not asking them like, hey, can you promote parents.com, or hey, can you promote my membership site, or hey, can you do a write-up or an case study or an article? None of that stuff. You just say, hey, your email came across my desk. and I'm curious like what you think of my thing. And then that's it. And then you send that to all of the email addresses of the people that work at parents.com, and they're all going to be talking about it and be like, what is this parenting paradise? And then they might put in their email address, they might look at it, they might love it and be like, well, hell, we need to feature this on parents.com. So they all talk internally about it, and before you know it, then they're going to get back with you and be like, love what you're doing. If you don't mind, we're going to do a write-up about what it is that you have going on. Then all of a sudden now you've got a blog that has over 7 million monthly visitors coming to the blog that is going to talk about your site. It didn't cost you anything, and you did it very just kind of nonchalantly, and that is a really cool strategy to get free traffic. And then you can also in Mailshake set it up to where if the email was delivered to them, but in 5 days, like they did not open, send email number 2. And then you can write up email number 2. And the email number 2 can be like, hey there, it's Sue again. I sent you an email about 5 days ago and haven't heard from you. Don't say that I see you didn't open your email, because then that kind of freaks people out. So you can just say something like, I haven't heard from you, and I would really like your feedback on what I'm doing at Parenting Paradise. Just let me know if or if not you can give me some feedback. And then I always like to end my emails like that too, like if or if not, or would you not? Because then no matter what, you're going to get a response, because they're going to be like, oh, okay, I'm not interested, or I'm too busy, which is fine. At least you got a response. But then you can even set up in Mailshake to say, okay, if on email number 2 they opened but did not click the link, then send email number 3 2 days later. And don't tell them, be like, hey, it's Sue again, and notice that you opened my email but didn't click a link. Don't say that, because that'll freak them out also. So you want to say something like, I sent you 2 emails now. I really, really would love your feedback. Like, it would mean the world to me, or it'd make my year if you could just let me know what you think of this, because I really, really respect what you're doing at parents.com. So that's kind of what you can do with Mailshake to really get people to engage. JD says, so it's set up as a drip campaign as well. Jesus. Yeah. So you can totally drip out like cold email. So how people are used to autoresponders like ActiveCampaign and MailChimp and all that, where people give you their email address and you can drip out emails to them. Well, with Mailshake, you connect to your Gmail address. And the reason you do it with Gmail, because it makes it personal, because it's coming from a Gmail address. And then you drip out. So you're basically doing cold email outreach, but you're dripping out cold emails based off of what they're doing. JD says, I spoke at a conference recently and emailed everyone who engaged in the chat. I sent out over 200 emails, and Gmail shut down for 3 days on me. So that's another thing. If you send out emails too fast, or it like not the right cadence and pace, then you can actually cause red flags, because Gmail, even though you have a 2,000 email limit on what you can send out, if you send it too quick, or it's coming too fast from the same IP address or anything like that, then it's going to look like a bot or software, which you will get, not shut down, but you could get shut down, but you could also get, suspended or something for a certain period of time because you're doing something irregular. So what Mailshake does is it connects to your Gmail, but then they have all of these different fail safes in place to where they make it look natural, where it's not like a bot or anything. It's not software that's just sending out 2,000 emails in 0.2 seconds. It doesn't do that. So it makes it all look real. So was that cool? If it was, just let me know in the chat. That's the difference between, that's what I do with Hunter.io and Mailshake. And for those of you that are here that have been on a previous live stream, you heard me talk about these two services. I wanted to be a little more, use other ideas and strategies. So hopefully if you've heard about these before, you picked up something new that you didn't previously know from a previous live stream. Now, another cool service, because I always like to introduce like new things and things that you can do, because you never know. I don't know, what business you're in right now. So I'm just kind of assuming. So as I do these live streams, I know, there's going to ultimately eventually be thousands of people that see this live stream across all kinds of different markets. So I don't know what kind of market or industry you're in. So I want to use another strategy or another idea as well that you can do. Sue says, total gym. Yeah, this is, Desi says, brilliant. Lauren says, amazing. Blaine says, thank you so much. Liz says, we love new. So yeah, let me keep this going. So there's another really crazy platform that you can use called Similar Tech. Now this would work really well if you have a software or a service that you want. Okay, I'm just going to use a real world example. So there's a software out there you can use called Opt-in Monster. It gives you the ability, if you have a WordPress site, you can collect email addresses and do pop-ups and hello bars and exit pops and collect people's email addresses on your WordPress site. It's called Opt-in Monster. So here, actually, let's just go to it so you can see it. Opt-in Monster. So Opt-in Monster. So let's say this is it's a software as a service to collect email addresses, and let's say you have an idea for a better one, like a service that will crush Opt-in Monster. So what I want to share with you now is if you're in the software or SaaS business or SaaS industry, what you can do to just completely using what you just learned with referral marketing with Dropbox, but doing outbound cold outreach to get in touch with people that are actually using a service that you're about to crush. So imagine you have a better service than Opt-in Monster that's out there. Well, what you can do, now that you understand Hunter.io and then Mailshake, those two services combined, Hunter.io and Mailshake, is a great way to get email addresses of every person that works at a company that works at a website, like parents.com or New York Times or Wall Street Journal or TechCrunch. You can use it for all those. But let's say you want to get in touch with every user, every person using Opt-in Monster that's paying every month for Opt-in Monster. You want to cold outreach them and say, hey, I see you're currently using Opt-in Monster for your lead or to collect leads on your website. I'm Chris. I'm the founder of Opt-in Gorilla, and then that basically allows you to do, instead of XYZ, it allows you to do XYZ and 1, 2, 3. So you're basically letting him know what you're the founder of this new software that is going to crush Opt-in Monster because of this. And then you can say that I saw that you're currently using Opt-in Monster. I would love for you to let me know. Or I would love for you to try out, or would you be interested in beta testing, or would you be interested in checking out or letting me know what you think of Opt-in Gorilla? So how would that work? Well, what you can do is you can go to similartech.com, and Alistair said, this is mind-blowing. I'm scared of monsters. Okay, so what you can do is you can type in Opt-in Monster. This is great. This is like super ninja stuff that nobody talks about. You will never see this in courses or anything like that. And that's what my whole thing with doing these live streams is, just to really crush and turn this whole online education industry upside down by not charging to teach this kind of stuff ever, and just teach for free on these live streams every single day of the week and share all this cool stuff with you. Because my whole thing is that you go off and do this on your own and become wildly successful, and where you learned it from. But then also, if you ever want to collaborate with myself or anyone else that's in the live chat, there's a ton of people in here that are doing this kind of stuff every day. Alexander says Alpha Ninja. That'd be a good domain name. But anyone that you want to collaborate on this kind of stuff with in a private environment, that's kind of my thing, is alphapreneur.com. So I teach all this stuff to give you all the tools and tools, tricks, and tips and everything that you need. And then if you want to collaborate with this with other people, then that's when you would join alphapreneur.com. So that's kind of why I do what I do. I like to teach for free, but then I like to collaborate with people if they want to take this further. So you would do Opt-in Monster on Similar Tech, and then you would just simply choose Opt-in Monster. This is crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. So what you can do here is come down and see there are 31,591 websites using Opt-in Monster. Okay, you can come down and then also see related technologies. So you might have thought Opt-in Monster is the best tool you could ever use to collect email addresses on a website. However, Similar Tech is going to say, hey, wait a minute, there's some similar technology out there like Gravity Forms, Ninja Forms, Typeform, all that. So you can actually say, okay, well, let's go ahead and compare Opt-in Monster to Gravity Forms. And you're like, holy crap, Opt-in Monster has 31,000 websites, and I was about to build a tool that's going to crush Opt-in Monster. But Gravity Forms, on the other hand, is on 353,000 websites. And you're like, okay, I'm not going to reach out to people that use Opt-in Monster anymore. I want to reach out to people that use Gravity Forms. So let's go back one here. Let's say Ninja Forms. Maybe you never heard of Ninja Forms before. You can click on that, and you're like, oh my gosh, I thought Opt-in Monster was the best, but Ninja Forms is used by 105,000 websites. So maybe I want to reach out to those people also. So here, I'll show you what we can do. So we'll go back and we'll do Gravity Forms since they are the bigger player. So you can click on Gravity Forms. So now, instead of like about to go out and contact all the people that use OptinMonster, we're going to go out and contact all the people that use Gravity Forms. So there's 352,000 websites that use Gravity Forms. Now 342,000 unique domains. That's kind of cool to know too. And then you can come down and look at this. It's going to show you all the websites that are using Gravity Forms. You can click on all websites using Gravity Forms. It's going to show you the websites, but now check this out. So we can get a report of these websites that's also going to include email addresses of the people at those websites. So I'm going to repeat that. You can get a list of these websites, but also the report is going to include email addresses for the people at these websites, similar to Hunter.io, but these are websites that are using a specific technology that you're about to do something you're about to crush. So Jamie says another jaw-dropping tidbit. I love that you guys like this. So you can come down and say, okay, maybe you're. Well, we could spend hours on this. So I'm not. Maybe I'll make a whole live stream just about this. But targeting options. You can target only websites in certain industries. You can exclude websites in certain industries. You can come down and actually traffic like websites that are only getting traffic from a certain country, websites that are only getting a certain amount of visitors. Company filters. You can drop down and include websites that only have recognized company information and employees, which means you can get a report of literally every website using any technology you want, and also only get a report of the websites that has the company information and the employee information, which includes email addresses and all that. Because once you get all this information and all this report and Mackie says, how is this possible? It's all just public information that's out there. It's just on all these different databases, and Similar Tech is just aggregating all this information into one database. And then you can take that information, and then what they're doing is they're aggregating all this public information, but putting it in a beautiful report and then selling you the report. So what you're doing is you buy the report, and then you take that report of all that information, and then you load it into something like Mailshake, and then you start cold emailing all these people that work at these companies that are using your technology that you're about to make a better version of. So what would an email like that would look like? Because knowing that you're going to be getting email addresses from people that work at, let's say, I don't know, dictionary.com, and you want to get in touch with someone there, well, you just email all the people there, and then you can say, hi, my name is Chris. I am the founder of optingorilla.com, and I've noticed that, or you could say, I've personally noticed that you are using OptinMonster right now to collect leads on your website, and that's unfortunate because and then you can say whatever you want to say about OptinMonster, but then you can say, our service is brand new to the market, and I would love for you to try it out and let me know what you think. No strings attached. That's something fun to say too. No strings attached, because then they're like, oh, that's pretty cool. I would love to check out something new. And here's the thing: people that like technology, they obsess over like the next thing. They want to know what the next greatest thing is, and then they'll buy it and try it. Some people, like myself, I'm subscribed to so many different softwares out there that my wife does my accounting for me and my bookkeeping, and we have to sit down every month and look at my American Express business statements and be like, do you use any of these anymore? It's like, oh no, we should cancel all of them. But no, don't cancel them, because I'm curious. I like to use them every once in a while. So people that use software, they just geek out on it. So when you do like a cold email out to them and say, hey, I've got this new thing, of course they're going to try it out. So this is how you would reach out and do that. So I don't want to spend too much time on this, because I don't know if you're not in software or SaaS or anything, then none of this is going to amount to anything. You're not going to apply any of this stuff, because you're not going to be wanting to contact people that use certain technologies on their site. So maybe I'll make another live stream dedicated to that if there's enough interest. So let's go ahead and do some live Q&A, because we have a few minutes left. So I want to go ahead and answer questions for those of you that are here live. I love to answer questions for people that are here live, because I appreciate your time, taking the time out of your day to be here. And I think it would be kind of fun to answer some questions. So if you have a question, now is the time to post a question, put a Q, and let me know what your question is. And then that way I can answer. Jamie says, I would love to know how to do this as an affiliate to software. That's an interesting thing. That's an interesting one. Sorry, I look this way because my daughters are they're outside in the backyard, and my window's looking at the backyard, and they just both put their noses up to my window, I guess, to see if I'm still working, because I told them after my live stream I'll come out and play with them, but can't come out and play yet. Not yet. So anyway, sorry about that. So this would be a little more difficult if you want to be affiliate to software, because you could say, you could essentially do what I just showed you to go out there and do stuff with affiliates or to promote products as an affiliate. But the email is it turns out to be a little more spammy, because then it's like, hey, I see you're using OptiMonster, but have you checked out this? Go take a look and let me know sorry, they're still looking in my window. Take a look and let me know what you think. And then they click the link and then they go check it out. If they have questions and stuff, then they're going to be responding to you. And then if you're just like, I'm just an affiliate, never mind. Like I don't know if I do this with affiliate stuff, because it would be a little more difficult, if that makes sense. Ann says, this is unbelievable, Chris. Thanks. You're very, very welcome. Ann also says, once you have, sorry, I need to make these comments where they're not so big and cover up the whole screen, but I don't know how to do that, so I can't do that right now. Ann says, once you have your campaign, how soon after should you get your business going so you don't lose the momentum? Totally up to you. It depends on when you feel comfortable enough with enough people on the waiting list to launch. So if you only want to launch and would love to have 100 paying customers for your membership site, or for your whatever, your software, your whatever it is that you're offering, your business, if you only want 100 customers, but then you have 700 on the waiting list, you might want to go ahead and open the doors. But if you only have 20 people on the waiting list, I would focus more on just keep growing that campaign and keep growing your referral marketing and growing your email list of people on the waiting list until you get enough to where you feel like you're ready to open the doors and you're going to make some money. So just focus on, set a goal on how many people you would like to get to on a waiting list. Just go all in and go all out and do everything you can to get your waiting list to that many people. Then and only then would you then consider actually turning off the waiting list and actually going live with your site. New videos, is it worth paying for Gmail G Suite as a business email so you can do more than free Gmail? I wouldn't recommend it, especially out of the gate. Start with just a free Gmail address. The thing is too, with Mailshake, you can actually load in multiple Gmail accounts. So you could have 3, 4, 5, 10 free Gmail accounts and then just rotate through those. So you don't technically need a Gmail G Suite. I don't have a Gmail G Suite account, and then I do what I'm sharing with you right now. Dan says, does Kickoff Labs verify if the shared emails are valid? Yes, they do. They have a ton of fraud detection built in that just automatically runs in the background. And you can go and look at kickofflabs.com and read their documentation about all the things they do. They do things that I didn't even know you could do with fraud detection, with IP checks and all kinds of stuff. And even they check the email addresses against global databases to see if the email is even a valid email. Really, really cool stuff. So, and you can also turn on double opt-in, which is something you can do on your end to make sure that when they sign up for your referral program, then you, on the next page, you can be thanks, you're on the list, or thanks, we just sent you an email to confirm that you are who you are, so we can put you on the list. And then, they have to go check their email and then click a button to confirm. So it's called double opt-in. So then they will not even show up on your reports, and they will essentially not even be in your system until they hit that confirm double opt-in, and then they'll show up on your reports. Dan says, well, what are your kids' names? Callie and Cami. It's Callie and Cami. Callie and Cami. Sue says their noses are pressed up against the window waiting for Dad to come out and play. Yeah, they do that a lot because the backyard, we got playhouse and all that kind of stuff. So they're they're ready. And is there any issues using this with GDPR regulations? I am not a lawyer, so I don't know what how this would relate to that. So I would recommend maybe doing a little more due diligence on what countries you would be mailing and all that kind of stuff. Alexander says, I'm trying to wrap my head around the Refer a Friend campaign, how it works with a service launch and not a product launch. Can you use this to launch a consulting business? You can you could use this to launch anything. So if you want to do this with a consulting business, off the top of my head, like what I would think how that would work would be you would have the name of your consulting agency, whatever it might be. And then I would maybe even go to Graphic River and have some cool mock-ups made and stuff like that, where you have like your logos like on computers. Oh, and check this out too. This will blow your mind. You can go to Graphic River and then type in, what would we type in? Mock-up, business building mock-up. That's not it. Billboard, maybe mock-up. Billboard mock-up. So you can even have like where it looks like your consultancy is the whatever is on a billboard on the side of a building even, and then you could even have that like on on your page, however you want to have it, like it's coming, kind of thing, which is kind of fun. And you can even have it where you can have like buildings where like your logo is on the front of the building or on the glass doors and all that kind of stuff. It's really, really cool what you would do. So I would do the same thing like I just talked about, but for consultancy, just the name of your consultancy, what you do, and then be the first to get, I would say like get early access would be like my call to action for the button instead of sign up or anything like that. And then they would get early access, and while they're waiting for your consultancy to open up, then you could have, if they refer 5 friends, then they get, I don't know, I would come up with some type of report or a guide that would be related to what it is that you offer that they would really want. And then maybe if they refer 25 people, they could get a 30-minute Zoom meeting with you. If they refer 100 people, they get an hour Zoom meeting with you. So you can definitely make it very consultant driven if you would like. JD says, Chris, what is that Chrome extension that show the traffic to a site? So there's 2 Chrome extensions. The first one I use is called, it's just Alexa. So like, let's say we're on Graphic River right now. So I have a bunch of different extensions you can see. This one is called, it's just the Alexa Chrome extension. And then I look at the traffic rank. So if I know the traffic rank is, the lower the number, the more traffic they're getting. So this is like 3,400, which is really, out of every website on the internet, they're like in the 3,400 range for the top websites. Like Google, I think, is number 1, or Facebook is number 1, to give you an idea. Now, as far as looking up the traffic, like estimated traffic to a site, that service I use is called SimilarWeb, which they also have a Chrome extension that you can install. So you don't have to go to SimilarWeb. I should install the Chrome extension, but I just, I haven't done it. So you can come here and do the same thing and put in a website, like you could type in, Facebook, and then you could actually see like how much traffic are they actually getting. Like they're ranked number 3 in the world. They're getting 26 billion visitors a month. So you can get an idea of like traffic, the breakdown of referrals, the sites that's referring to them, where they're getting, are they getting more traffic organically or paid, socially, like where are they getting social traffic, where are they running ads? Are they running ads on the Google Display Network or somewhere else? I mean, you can really, really take a deep dive into like competitive intelligence using SimilarWeb. Alexandra says, well, by the way, Liz says, wow, too fun. Rocking it as always. Thank you, Liz. Alexandra says, I could use the emails I gather from the campaign to build a relationship with those who signed up as they wait. Yes, you can absolutely do that. So inside of Kickoff Labs, what you would do is when you're in Kickoff Labs, you would go to push leads, and you can push leads to different services. So if you have, for instance, Infusionsoft or MailChimp or Salesforce or ConvertKit, you can have it where when they put in their email address on your campaign, those leads automatically go into whatever you're using to just email people as like a email service provider. If what you use is not on this list, then you could use Zapier, which connects with everything. And then, so yeah, you can totally do that. So that way you can build a relationship with the people on your waiting list. So you would use Kickoff Labs to build the waiting list using referral marketing, but then you would connect it with other things to actually, you connect it with other things to actually be able to email them. Quote says, replay value. Thank you so much. JD says, I use SimilarWeb for competitive analysis. It's hit or miss for pages. Larger companies, it's great for. Yeah. For competitive analysis, JD, it sounds like you like to do the kind of stuff I like to do is just like tear into competitors and kind of see what they're doing. My top 2 platforms that top 3 I use right now, you probably use as well. It's called Ahrefs. That's my top number 1 platform is Ahrefs to really see everything that someone is doing, both from an organic standpoint as well as like a sharing standpoint, like what pages and stuff is getting shared the most. Like you would normally you have to use a platform called like BuzzSumo for that, but now Ahrefs has that ability baked into Ahrefs, which is a lot of fun. We talked about SimilarWeb. SEMrush is what I like to use for really tearing into what people are using from a pay-per-click standpoint and seeing what ads they're running, what their ad copy looks like, because some platforms like SpyFu and iSpionage, they don't do snapshots of what the ads look like. You actually have to go to Google and do a search and try to find the ad copy, but somehow SEMrush has the ability to still index ad copy. So there's a lot you can do with that. And then the other one that I really like to use, I mentioned was BuzzSumo, but that's buzzsumo.com. But that is a lot of what you can do in BuzzSumo, you can actually do in Ahrefs now. So yeah. JD says BuzzSumo is great. SEMrush too. Yep. Blanche, I missed your question. I apologize. Can you repost you? Well, here, let me scroll up, Blanche. Sorry, the chat was, here's your question. Sorry about that. I will never skip a question, by the way, intentionally. So if you're here live and you have a question, I will answer every question that I can in the time that I have. Blanche says, at what point in time do you let them see your website? Because you advertise Kickoff Labs would host your emails. Many people don't seem to take you seriously without a website. So what's really cool, Blanche, is you don't have to let them see your website until your website is live. So let's say your website is, I don't know what your website is, or your domain name. So let's say your website is website123.com. You can buy the domain name website123.com, and you can set it up in Kickoff Labs where website123.com, when people go there, go to your domain name, it shows your sign up page on Kickoff Labs. So that way they don't see that it's hosted on Kickoff Labs. You can actually point and use like custom DNS stuff, and Kickoff Labs has documentation on how to do all that. So don't worry about like, I don't know how to do that. They will help you with that. Basically, you would just sign up for Kickoff Labs, contact support, and say, "Hey, I have a domain name that I bought for a business that I'm about to do called website123.com, and I would like to." And then so I would create a campaign ahead of time in Kickoff Labs with your sign up page and your thank you page, and say, "This campaign that I have in my account, I want to have on website123.com when people go there. Can you help me set it up?" They will help you set it up. Their support is insane. They should really pay me to be talking about them, but it's really, really good. So they will help you do that. Liz says, "Wow, too much fun. Rock." Oh, that was from earlier. Sorry. I just like it whenever people give me good comments. I missed your question. I just got it. BuzzSumo's great. Saw that. Sorry, I'm going back into the chat. Chat roll usually is pretty fast in this group. Yeah, it's a lot of chat going on, so I do appreciate it. Love insane support. Cool. So we're all caught up in chat. So that is that's everything that I've got for you today. I hope you really enjoyed it. I really went way off base on a lot of different points about today's topic. So I hope that's okay with you, because these live streams always go long, but hopefully you just show up with notes and you're ready to take notes and write down websites, because you never know what I'm going to be showing on these live streams. And that's part of why I do them, because I have a lot of fun doing this. So as always, if you enjoyed today's talk, all I ask is that you leave a comment below this video and let me know what you thought of this video. Just be honest and let me know what you liked. What were some big takeaways? Just because then other people that read the comments, when they see it, they see that that's, they're like, "Oh, wow, let's say you really loved what I said about SimilarWeb, or you didn't even know something like Similar Tech existed." Say something like that in the comments, because then when people come to the video and they read the comments, they're like, "Man, maybe they only watched 5 minutes of the video," and they're like, "Yeah, it's not for me." But then they saw your comment, they're like, "Oh man, I need to go back and watch that." Like, comments are really, really helpful with me on YouTube, because that's really going to tell YouTube that people like the video, they take time to leave a comment, and then people that come to watch the video, your comment will help them. So that's what Alphapreneur is all about, is just really helping entrepreneurs. And then also, if you have a friend that you think would enjoy this talk, I found the best way to really apply this kind of stuff is to get other people to join you on the journey, and when you share this kind of stuff with a friend of yours that might be doing the same thing, or someone you want to kind of go back and forth with on ideas, share it with a friend, because that will really help me out as well on YouTube by just, getting this video shared and getting it out there, because I'm not running ads on these or anything right now. It's all just word of mouth myself. that I'm doing with Alphapreneur. And then also, if you enjoyed this talk and you want to really take a deep dive and ask me more questions in a private environment and connect with other entrepreneurs that are doing the same kind of thing, that is what is inside of Alphapreneur. So if you're interested in that, Alphapreneur, again, I'm the founder of, is the social network for entrepreneurs. And you can just go to Alphapreneur and sign up. And then there's a whole section inside of Alphapreneur, a group we have just for email marketing and doing this kind of stuff and doing research and spying and all kinds of really fun things. So join Alphapreneur and try it out and see if it's for you. We would love to have you in there. And if anyone else has any final questions, ask them inside of Alphapreneur, because we're about tapped out here on time. And I'm going to jump in Alphapreneur this afternoon, and I have a lot of things and a lot of resources I want to share. I have a few articles I want to write inside of Alphapreneur. I have a couple videos I want to share. So keep an eye on Alphapreneur inside Alphapreneur this afternoon, because I have a lot of things I'm going to be dropping in there for all of you. So if you thought this was fun, you're really going to love the things that I'm going to be sharing with you in a private environment. So thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for all the great comments in the live chat. I really do appreciate it. And I'll be back here again tomorrow to talk about something even crazier, which is about getting leads for under 11. I think it's 14. Here, let me take a look. Hang on. I have it already planned out what tomorrow's live stream is going to be about. Let me pull up my thing. So tomorrow is about a case study on a company that has gotten over 6,000 leads in a very short period of time, under a month, for 15 cents each. And these are really hyper-targeted leads. So really come back if you want to see how to get leads for 15 cents on a really crazy platform. We're going to break down the whole case study on that and how it works, and then what software to use and all that. So we'll have a lot of fun tomorrow. So come back if you really want to see how to keep growing your business. And be sure to jump in Alphapreneur. JD says a lot of little helpful nuggets today. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, JD, for that. And thank you for all the comments. Larry says, thanks a lot. Again, it's been a great see you all in the site. Outstanding training. And yeah, I can't wait to see all of you inside of Alphapreneur. And I'm going to go outside and play with my kids now, because I'm going to take a break from the live stream and then come back and then just be an Alphapreneur the rest of the day and be sharing everything with all of you. So thank you so much for being here, and I will see you tomorrow.